This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 1129 of Horse Tip Daily, your almost everyday morsel of helpful hints, useful facts, and practical techniques for horse folks. Brought to you today by Dr. Rose's Remedies. Greetings, horse people. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Well, it's camp season again, so Michelle Barr from Right Lead Equestrian Center and I got together recently and tossed out some fun games for pony campers young and old, and we'll get right to our tip after this from Dr. Rose's Remedies. Today's podcast has been brought to you by Dr. Rose's Remedies All-Natural Healing Salve. Developed by veterinarian Dr. Rose DeLeva, the Dr. Rose's Skin Treatment Salve is an all-natural anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antifungal, antiseptic, and anti-scarring product that contains no artificial colorings or preservatives. It works to promote the healing of scratches, relieve inflammation and irritation, promote the healing of wounds, and moisturize the skin of the horse. Because it has so many healing qualities and uses all-natural ingredients, Dr. Rose's Remedies Skin Treatment is the safe, effective salve that every horseman should have in their tack box. Ask for Dr. Rose's Remedies All-Natural Healing Salve at your local tack store, or you can go to drrosesremedies.com. That's drrosesremedies.com. And I'm so thrilled to welcome back to Horse Tip Daily Michelle Barr from Louisiana's Right Lead Equestrian Center. And today it's going to be camp ideas for kids and adults.
Well, it's that time of year, Coach Jen. Everybody's getting ready to go to camp.
Kids are happy, parents are happy, everybody wins.
Everybody wins on this. So I've done a lot of camps over the years. And it sort of depends on your age group as to what you're going to work with. I like personally to have both unmounted sessions and mounted sessions. And this allows the horses to have a break, and then maybe you can take some extra kids, all this good stuff. But for the mounted stuff, and this is great also in lessons, and I do this with all ages. We have, you take a piece of toilet paper, everybody gets paired off, and you take a piece of toilet paper, and you have to go from point A to point B, and each rider holds an end of the toilet paper, and they can't break it. So you got to ride with one hand, and if you paired up with somebody on a pony and you're riding a 17-hand thoroughbred, it's going to be a little tougher, If they know what's coming, then they pair themselves off.
Right. You need to pick names out of a hat or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And so what usually ends up happening, of course, everybody's just dying laughing. And supervise your groups. Make sure you're not putting somebody with their pasture mate that they hate and will kick, because that's not going to come out well. They'll break their toilet paper, and then they want to do it with a shorter one, and then they want to do it with a shorter one, and then they want to do it with a shorter one. It's a lot of fun. Or you can use crepe paper.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, because have you checked into the quality of toilet paper recently? You might want to go with crepe paper.
Well, we would just go steal it out of the porta potty, out of the porta palace down there by the gate. And it wasn't great stuff to start with.
It's for your low budget camp. There we go.
Yeah. Maybe you want to assign that out to somebody, or wrap that into their camp fee. But yeah, you can do that. What I also like to go to, and this is for the kids that maybe ride more, is the AXA obstacles. You can read through that.
Yeah.
So it's American Competitive Trail Horse Association.
And they have great descriptions and pictures and stuff. Yeah.
Videos. Well, the videos may just be for the judges. There might be videos accessible for the public where they show you a couple of rides per obstacle, and they say, okay, this was really great because XYZ. And this was not really great because of these reasons. And so you can get a really good idea of what you're looking at, and you can modify it for your own particular horses, riders, environment, situation, all of that. But, things like drop a ball in a bucket. I mean, come on. How many we have buckets? Maybe we don't have a ball, but you've got something in
You've
your
got a Polo wrap.
Like a Polo wrap, tuck the ends up and
Yep.
drop that sucker.
Yeah. That would be fun. I just came up with a great idea. How many games can we make using a Polo wrap?
Oh, Lord.
Because you could do the thing where you're tied together with the Polo wrap, right? Instead of using toilet paper. And then you've got to throw the Polo wrap in the bucket.
Well, what has gone over really big, this is always good for a lot of laughs, and have the camera ready. We'll have riders take apart a bridle, like we're going to clean it, and sometimes we'll clean it. And then everybody has to put a Polo wrap around their head and blindfold themselves and reassemble the bridle without looking. Now, you've got to get the reins on correctly, and you've got to get the bit on the right way, right side up.
Use it as a blindfold. I like it.
Yep.
There we go.
And that is always a good one. Because
definitely. There we go.
It's really funny.
So I'm going to challenge listeners to this tip to post on Facebook other mounted or unmounted games for kids or adults camp using a Polo wrap.
This will be good.
Yes, and
I know they're out there.
I know they're out there. And the one that I deem to be the most clever is going to get a Horse Radio Network mug.
Oh, fun.
I'm throwing it out there.
Fun.
Now, one of the ones that I like to do is a play on the on vacation in the car game I Spy.
Mm-hmm.
I Spy with my little eye, and you describe something in small little bits and pieces that you see driving down the road.
Yeah.
You can do this, for example, in the tack room, I spy a piece of tack for their head. And then it's a piece of tack for their head that is used on a pony. And you can just describe it in little bits like that. And the first person to grab the right thing wins.
Fun.
You could also do that for people who, if you have people who are greenhorns over fences, you could describe a jump that way. I'm going to describe it's a related distance with no strides. It's the bounce. Well, now you get to go ride it.
Nice. That's a really good idea.
And one of the other ones that is a lot of fun is, I call it Encyclopedia Brown. This takes a little bit more planning ahead, and this is because of my penchant for mysteries, is we would take the whole lot of the barn, all the horses in the barn, and you write up a description starting with the most general going down to the most specific, and see if they can't find the right horse.
Wow, that's excellent.
And that's always a lot of fun.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's always a lot of fun. And for an indoor activity or for an activity where you don't have actual horses, sometimes it's fun. You can cut out pictures from magazines, coloring, et cetera, and do the same kind of a thing. And for people who are more advanced, you can even use conformational cues.
Nice.
The horse that toes in.
That's really good.
Or the horse with a parrot mouth and things like that. So those are some fun ones that I've used.
Now, I think we did a tip a long time ago on putting sticky notes on the horse.
Yes, I still have the picture of Beaker wearing sticky notes.
Yes. You got to pick your horse carefully. Keep everybody calm because they get really excited about this. But that's a good one and makes for great pictures too.
Sticky notes are a lot of fun. Or for folks who are a little bit more crafty than I am, you could actually have the kids write on the horse.
Yeah, with livestock markers.
There you go. With those little
hard to get off.
Grease pencil things. Yeah.
Now, one other one, I don't know if you've done this since you've done a lot of pony club, but this is kind of a pony club thing, I believe. You put something in the bag. I get like a whole stash of stuff before everybody gets there for the lesson, and hide it or whatever. Usually, I keep it right outside the tack room, and I put it in like a helmet bag or like a pillowcase or something that they can't see through, and they have to reach in and feel the object. Tell me what it is, and extra credit, like an extra point for their team or for them or whatever, if they can tell me what it's used for.
That's really cool. I like that.
So everybody gets a chance to feel it. If somebody passes on this team, then the next team gets to do it. And then when you get it, okay, you take it out and talk about it or use it or whatever it is. And then I go outside the tack room and put the next one in the bag.
Another game for a polo wrap.
See?
I thought that would be a fun way to do bits. Can you tell the difference between an egg butt and a loose ring when it's inside that sack?
Yep. You know what will get them every time is a folding hoof pick.
I would be willing to bet there are many, many horse folks out there who have never seen a folding hoof pick.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah.
They're very good things.
They're
good
very
to have.
handy. They're very handy to have because they don't poke you in the leg in the pocket.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't have a folding hoof pick anymore. I did.
Well, I have a good brass one that I guard quite closely.
I'd be willing to bet they don't make those anymore.
Probably not. I had to have it for my BHS. We had to have it on our person.
Of course you did.
Mm-hmm. Amongst other things. A man's necktie and a sweater, in Florida in 90-degree weather.
And a fingerprint kit.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There are some extemporaneously decided ideas for kids camps and adult camps for folks. So thank you once again, Michelle Barr, for coming on for us. For folks who would like to talk to you about camp, about lessons, about clinics, about judging horse shows, about riding side saddle, where can they find you?
They can go to the webpage, which I suspect will see some changes soon. It is www.rightlead.com, just RIGHTLEAD.com. And from there, you can email me, or you can email me directly at Michelle, MICHELLE, at rightlead.com. Either way, you'll get to me. We're also on Facebook. And there's pictures of girls, of some of my girls putting the bridles together with their polo wrap.
Oh
blindfolding
no!
them.
You need to post one of
out.
those so that everybody can see that. That's awesome. Put that on our Horse Tip Daily page. I want to see that.
Yes, I will try to do that as soon as I figure out where my computer is.
It's in a box.
It's in a box.
Everything's in a box.
Somewhere. Everything's in a box. It happens when you move. It's a little disturbing and somewhat funny.
Well, thanks again for stopping by, Michelle. We'll see you next time.
All righty.
Well, there you have it. You can find links to today's guests as well as lots more tips at horsetipdaily.com, where you can also click on the Become an Auditor banner in the center of the page and learn how you, for a mere schmear $1 or more per month, become an auditor and qualify for auditors only perks and help support Horse Radio Network programming. Also supporting this podcast has been Dr. Rose's Remedies. You can find them online at drrosesremedies.com. I'll be back again soon with another tip, and until then, go ride your horse. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.